Hello everyone and welcome back to the second part of our units on electricity and magnetism. In this video, we will talk about circuits with buzzers, man's electricity, magnets in everyday life, and lastly, magnetic poles. Have you noticed the letter V on the side of a battery? You will find a capital letter V or the word volts preceded by a number, usually 1.5. Voltage or volts is a measure of the force moving the electrons or the strength of electricity that a component needs for it to work and is measured in a unit called a volt. A AA battery is usually 1.5 volts. This is a low voltage and is safe to handle or touch because 1.5 volt is a low voltage, not enough to give you a shock. Different components need different levels of electric strength to work. A buzzer is another component of a circuit. It needs a stronger supply of electricity than a bulb. Here we have the buzzer, the switch, and the dry cells. This buzzer needs a supply of 3 volts to work. To make the buzzer work, we use 2 dry cells, each of 1.5 volts, connected together or attached together to give a supply of 3 volts. When you connect 2 dry cells together, make sure to connect or put together the positive and the negative terminal of the cells. When the circuit is complete, it makes a buzzing noise. Man's electricity. The electricity that comes into your house through the wall sockets is called man's electricity. Man's electricity is used for many things around the home. It uses a much higher voltage, that is over 100 volts. This is a much higher voltage than that produced by batteries. The reason for this is that the things we have in the home use a lot more power than batteries could supply. We use man's electricity for lights. We also use man's electricity to power an electrical appliance. Never experiment with anything that plugs into a wall outlets. Outlet voltages range from 120 volts to 240 volts, which is extremely dangerous. If man's electricity flows through your body, you will get an electric shock. Man's electricity can also cause a fire if the plastic wears off the copper wires. Electricity is only dangerous if you don't use it properly. Here are some of the safety rules to be followed. 1. Always turn a switch off before you take out a plug. 2. Never put fingers or a metal object into a wall socket. You could get an electric shock. 3. Never use anything with plug around water. 4. Never use electrical appliances when your hands are wet or when you are in the bed. You could easily get an electric shock. What are magnets? A magnet is something that can attract certain metals. It has an invisible force that pulls the metal to itself. This force is called magnetism. Magnets have many uses. They can stick things on, hold things together, and make machines work. Did you know that almost every machine in our house has magnet in it? For example, cabinets have magnets that hold the door shut. Speakers in our home are made with magnets too. Electric fans use magnet to make the blades turn around. Does a magnet attract all kinds of metals? No, there are only certain metals that are attracted to a magnet. They are iron, nickel, and cobalt. We call these materials magnetic. Objects which are not attracted to a magnet are non-magnetic. Types of magnet. Magnets come in many different shapes and sizes. This is called a horseshoe magnet because it's shaped like a horseshoe. The two poles are side by side. This magnet is a bar magnet. The two poles are on opposite ends. A wang magnet is shaped like a wang. Some magnets are disc shaped and some are shaped like rings. Looking after magnets. Magnets lose their strength if you damage them. Make sure you don't drop them or bang them together. Store them in a box and cover the ends with a keeper. Magnetic balls. Magnets have magnetic balls called the North Pole and the South Pole. For example, on a bar magnet, the red end is the North Pole and the blue end is the South Pole. The North Pole of a magnet attracts the South Pole of another magnet. That means it pulls the magnet towards itself, and the South Pole of a magnet attracts the North Pole of another magnet. But magnets don't just attract, they can also repel or push things away. If the North and the South poles of different magnets attract each other, which poles do you think repel each other? Yes, the poles that are the same repel each other. That is, a North Pole will repel another North Pole and a South Pole will repel another South Pole. So, unlike poles attract and like poles repel each other. That's the end of our lessons. Hope you have understood the lessons well.